Is it okay for a lady to decline a date because of the location? Let's see. Good afternoon and welcome to my YouTube channel, Time Out with Nia. If this is your first time of coming across my video, please subscribe to my channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, wow, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Today, I'm going to be talking about something I think this should also be bothering a lot of ladies, because a friend of mine reached out to me. By the way, she has my I have an express permission to talk about this on my channel, so it doesn't look as though I'm discussing what we I'm discussing our private, I'm bringing our private discussion to the public, okay? So I have an express permission to talk about this, yeah. So she asked me if it is okay for her to decline a date because of the location, okay? Now, what is a date? I don't even know, like, what is a date? I think a date is two people going out together to a place, you know, to talk. And it could be romantic dates or anything. But then I believe that there are different kinds of dates. There's a walk in the park, there's a car date, there's a romantic date. Like, there are different kinds of dates. Howbeit, I do not think it is nice to invite a lady to, say, a beer parlor for a date. If you want to take a lady out on a date, I think you should, you know, put in some effort to make it worth the while. All right. I'm not saying for you to go on a date, you need to like spend the whole of the money in your bank account or stuff. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm only saying that if you want to take a lady on a date, you should be gentlemanly about it. You don't ask a girl on a date and then she asks you for a location and then you tell her one Papa Ekene, Abi Mama Ekene joint where they are selling nkwobi and all of that. I guess those are the places you go to, like with your real G's, like your people, your person, not someone you're meeting for the first time. You're meeting a girl for the first time and you want to take her to a beer parlor, a very noisy place. How do you hear yourself? This date is for you people to talk, right? And then you take this lady to a very noisy place, somewhere that you don't even have any form of is it privacy? I know it's a public place, but you can still have, there's still a level of privacy depending on where you're taking this person to. So yes, if you're asking me out on a date, it's not like we are friends, not like we are G's, not like we are buddies that you can just call me, hey, babe, I did your area, come this joint within near your house, or I did so and so place, come. You can't just call me and tell me to come to one beer parlor. We are meeting for the first time. I won't come. I will not honor it. I will not honor that invitation. And it is not pride. It is not anything. It is just me indirectly asking you to do the right thing. I'm not asking you to take a lady to the most expensive restaurant or something. No matter how expensive the restaurant, I'm sure there would always be something for you on the menu that you can afford. So before you go on asking a girl, oh, I want to take you on a date, I want to take you on this, you really need to plan. You really need to plan, because these things are not easy. You know, you ask a girl you want to go out on a date, or she wants to wear a good dress, she wants to do her makeup, her time, most importantly, her time. And then she comes out and you're taking her to some... I'm not trying to berate those places. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. But it is actually right. It is very right. It is the right thing to do is to like take your date to somewhere decent. Somewhere decent. Like there are good restaurants around. And then if it's more like you cannot be meeting somebody for the first time in even a lounge, because how do you hear yourselves with all of those musics? So the best place is either a restaurant or maybe a park. A park, you You don't even need to spend much to have a date in the park. Just get a few fruits, finger foods, and all of that. You walk into the park. Some parks, they don't even pay. You walk in and you rent a mat. I think some parks rent their mats for like 200 naira. You rent a mat for 200 naira. You and your date sit in a place, talk, discuss, take pictures, make it worth the while. If you have a car, you can also opt for a car date. I mean, I love car dates a whole lot. A whole lot. You could opt for a car date. If you're trying to save money, you could opt for a car date, and you know, you pick up your dates, you guys are in the car, you can just buy food or something, fruits, anything. And if the both of you can drive, you can like interchange. You don't drive small, she don't tire, she'll calm down, you interchange and you enjoy your date, you get to know yourself without spending much. All right? And there are also like restaurants where you go to, you don't spend much, like you can actually go through their menu and like you see something that is very, very affordable. You go for it. I do not think it is nice to ask a girl out on a date and then you take her to some lousy, loud, I don't know. So yes, a lady has the right, I don't know about other people, but I personally have the right to decline respectfully your choice for a date. And then again, if you, I don't know if it's a nice thing to go Dutch on a first date, like you're taking a girl on a date for the first time to go Dutch. If it's a thing, I think you can actually, have an open discussion with the person you're taking on a date and be like, okay, we're going to this place, we're going to that place. I don't really have much on me. The person can decide to weigh in. The person can decide to like, okay, I have some money. Let's do Dutch. You pay your bill, I pay my bill. I don't really know if it's a thing here to go Dutch on a first date. But personally, I wouldn't mind. To be honest. And if I don't have money to go on such dates with you, I'm always very plain to say like, oh, I'm broke, I can't afford to. Can we reschedule or something? So yes, I would like to know what your opinion is. Should a lady decline a date because of the choice of location? And then there's another thing my friend also talked about. She was like, okay, someone just calls her up and be like, I'm in your area, can we see? That shit doesn't work for me. And I'm sure it doesn't work for every other person. Are you saying I do not have a plan for my day, or I don't have anything doing? I will just, sit in the house and wait for you to call me to come out. It doesn't make sense. I don't do well with impromptu invitation. If you want to go out on a date with me, or you want to take me to somewhere, or you want to see me, I think you should give me a heads up. You should give me a heads up, like, oh, I'll be in your area tomorrow. And that is if we are friends or if we are buddies, not like a first date something. You just like, oh, I'll go to your area tomorrow, and I'll be like, okay, cool, I'll be around. So whenever you're around, you just call me. It's easy for me to like, oh, this guy told me he was going to be around, or this babe said she was going to be around my area. And then I get dressed and come out and have fun. And everybody goes home. Okay, so it does not really make sense that you're in my area and you just be like, oh, I'm in your area, can we see? No, we can't see. So yeah, if you want to take a lady to a date, please make it worth her while. And yeah, it should really be worth it. It should really be worth it, what's your own time and what's her own time as well. But if you guys are buddies, you guys are friends, can just be like, guy, I did around your house, so perfect. I can come out and see you, and everybody goes their way. So please, I would like to know, because I told her that, yeah, if a guy asks if they can see you, ask them the time and the location. That is how I do. I'll ask you time and location. If you tell me your location, I go up on Google. If it's somewhere I do not like or somewhere I do not feel safe about, I'll just tell you politely that I'm sorry, I'll be busy tomorrow. Or I'm sorry, I won't be disposed. Yeah. And then there's another thing people do. How do you ask someone to come to your house on a first date? How does this even sound? I don't even know. I might not be sounding so coherent to something, but I feel it is absurd to ask a lady out on a first date and then you're asking her to come to your house. If not be say you want, why would you ask a lady to come to your house on a first date? I mean, a first date should be an outdoor thing. A proper first date should be an outdoor thing. Subsequently, you can decide like, oh, like a movie date, my house or your house. And then the person is coming around, the person comes around with maybe fruits, maybe a bottle of wine, and you people have a date. But first date, hell, please, it shouldn't be in your house. It shouldn't be in your house. It shouldn't be in a beer parlor. It shouldn't even be in a lounge. It has to be a very quiet place where the both of you can discuss and hear yourselves. So yes, let me know what you think in the comment section. We learn every day. I may be wrong, I may be right, but please, I would like to know your thoughts. I would like to read your thoughts. Please drop it in the comment section below, and do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Till I come your way again, I love you guys. Bye.